Let's just kick it off with our sponsors. Big shout out again to Hero, really awesome wallet with Stacks APIs, Bitcoin and Ordinals APIs, and developer tools, whole suite of good stuff. They'll be coming on again next week to showcase their stuff. Rootstock, which is another one of our big contributors. The CEO and co-founder Rootstock, Diego, is going to come on later on today to do a talk, as well as they're going to do some technical crash courses next week. Of course, the Sachs Foundation, big supporter of the Bitcoin Olympics hackathon mechanism. Jeff and Hank there, also big supporter. Patrick Stanley from their new project, onebtc.news, also very, very supportive. Bitfari, Jordy, CEO and co-founder, Xverse, who we're going to hear from today in about half an hour. Xverse, Ken, CEO and co-founder there. Force Prime, Anatoly's coming on today. Philip, they're coming on again next week. Arcadico is a great lending platform on Stacks and Bitcoin. And finally, last but not least, we have Gamma. Gamma, Jamil, and Nick over there are also great supporters, as well as a few others like Strata Labs. And we have, over about 30 different mentors, speakers, investors, co-founders, CEOs who have generously offered up their time to the winners of this hackathon for one-on-one coaching. So we did a tally. We have about 20 different cash or crypto prizes now, and we have over 30, 35, 36 confirmed the coaching sessions. So all in all, we have about 50 different prizes, over 50 prizes that the contestants can win. Okay. And so today I'd like to kick it off with just a reminder to everyone that the hackathon actually starts today, right? All the talks started 2 days ago, but the hackathon officially starts today. Get on our Discord and you can start either you do a 1-minute pitch. You could go to our Discord and check out the sample, do your pitch, and then you could find teammates, or you could go to the pitching area and look for an idea that you want to become teammates with. All right. So don't miss out on that. If you haven't signed up, this is the website, btcolympics.devpost.com. All right. Let's next section. I think in my excitement, I think I forgot to introduce my co-host Trevor here, but I don't think he needs any introduction. But just in case there's some new friends here, Trevor Owens, a dear friend of mine, he is the managing partner of the Bitcoin Frontier Fund. And this is a fund that is focused on Bitcoin innovation startups. And myself, for those of you joining us just now, my name is Albert. I'm the CEO and co-founder of BTC Startup Lab. We focus on helping founders turn their ideas into investment-ready startups. Great. Let's get this kicked off, Trevor. What's exciting today, Trevor? You helped bring on a lot of these speakers. What are you most excited about? It's a very diverse group of people. Of course, the general theme today is Ordinals and NFT innovation on Bitcoin, right? What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I think, great group of people that are going to be speaking today. Of course, the Discord is now live for the hackathon, so you can go and check out the Discord, jump in there, find a team member, chat with people. That's super exciting. Team formation. People are going to be registering their teams over the weekend, and then they're going to get started early next week. So I think it's really heating up. I think the last 2 days were kind of getting your feet wet, getting started, and now it's like kind of getting closer to taking action time. And so, of course, I love all my Ordinals homies who are going to be speaking today, and great to see so much support. And I think we're about to hit 1 million Ordinals. I don't know if we already hit 1 million Ordinals. Like anyway, it's like kind of good timing with hitting Ordinals the same 1 million Ordinals the same day as all this content. And I think like DeFi, of course, is like there's a lot of opportunities in Bitcoin DeFi and probably more white space to color in. But with Ordinals, it's obviously more. It's right here. It's happening right in front of us, and so probably a little more exciting. Some of the things that are going to be happening with respect to Ordinals, and yeah, like just excited to see people hanging out in the Discord, chatting, looking for partners and team members to hack with.
Yeah, no, super. My thoughts exactly. We got lucky with it. I think it's either we have to check the numbers, but it's basically past. It's gonna pass 1 million, I believe, like plus or minus 24 hours, right? And as Trevor mentioned, it's exciting to see people beginning to look for teammates. We looked on the dev post backend. I think we have like around 240 signups just on dev post. From our other channels, we have another 100. So that's like almost 350 signups now. And on the back end of our dev post, we see I think it's like 60 to 70 people raising their hands who want to find teammates, right? So if you're a solo founder or you think like you can't do this by yourself, that's completely wrong. There are lots of people who are looking for a partner to win this hackathon, right? There are other talented people like you who want to find a partner, partner up and win this hackathon. So let's there's the thing, I think moving back to like what we're going to talk about today, because we have in total 12 speakers. Like yesterday was definitely focused on DeFi and Bitcoin infrastructure. Today is more focused on ordinals and NFT innovation on Bitcoin. Trevor, you sort of have a pretty good view of both sides, because you're not only in the trenches as an entrepreneur, but you're also an investor, and then you have a wide variety of friends in both spaces. Like how would you compare like these two spaces? I mean, I know there's some intersection, but what do you think? How do you think today is going to be different from yesterday?
Well, I think that, of course, like NFTs are non-fungible assets are much more approachable for the average person. Like I think it's a much better onboarding method for new users into the space, and I think it's targets a wider range of end users. And I think that there's a lot of creative people out there in the arts, who, or even in tech, who are not into finance, or into like some of the like nerdier side of DeFi, which is understandable. And so, but there are people who understand, psychology and understand, user experience and all the things that I think that go into like the fun aspect of ordinals, So I would love to see, like board games being built on Bitcoin L1, like, updating the state in the inscription space. I would love to see some wild stuff from the ordinals builders to present a week from now. So yeah, I think, also typically, like, I think, I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I haven't really seen like a DeFi community. I think like people in DeFi are much more PvP than people in like NFTs and ordinals, So I think communities are much stronger probably on the ordinal side, whereas DeFi, it's kind of like more like the finance industry, where it's like, hey, we're friends, but how are you trying to screw me in this deal? It's like you like look at the kind of Wall Street culture, right?
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. I mean, yesterday we got about 30 really great DeFi ideas that all the speakers, these investors, CEOs, people on the Bitcoin frontier wish they could build if they had more time before the next Bitcoin halving. So let's see what the pioneers in the ordinals and NFT space on Bitcoin had to say about that today, right? Because this is really interesting to me, because we had a thesis, you and I, right, about how we need a robust DeFi in order to really put Bitcoin on the map. But it's almost like it's almost the opposite is happening, right? So in Ethereum, if we trace back the history, the compound Aave, they came up first, and then there was a robust caucus of DeFi players, speculators, investors, etc., users, and then the NFT phenomena took off, right? But it's almost opposite right now happening on Bitcoin. What are your thoughts on that? It's interesting.
Yeah, well, I think that ecosystem will need to take off before we'll see ordinals stand a chance of passing Ethereum in volume, I think. So I still think that DeFi comes before non-fungible assets, and a little bit you have like to benefit from the fact that Ordinals are not limited to Bitcoin only, like, and they also haven't like completely penetrated the Bitcoin whale yet. You know, all the Bitcoin whales. There's a lot of people who came over from Ethereum. Like, remember at the start of when Ordinals first took off, like Ord punks, like they're like under a sub 1,000 collection, and like Dingaling, who's like a big trader on Ethereum, came in and like swept the floor, bought like tons of Ord punks for, you know, like mid-single digit BTC amounts. So, you know, like a lot of the liquidity coming in is from like all over the place. And I think until like we also have robust DeFi on Bitcoin, we're not going to see like a lot of things mature or happen on Bitcoin. I think it's really the first step is like the lowest hanging fruit is always like where the biggest opportunity is. And it's always coming from new enabling technologies and infrastructure. And so with Ordinals, like there will be wallets, there'll be marketplaces, there'll be projects. The question is like, what is the white space after that, right? With DeFi, it's like, hey, there's insurance, there's options, there's futures, there's escrow, there's, you know, borrowing and lending. Like there's so much white space, so many different apps that are needed and so many different verticals. That whereas like in the NFT space or the Ordinal space, there's going to be like some really big players. Like there'll be whoever's the number one marketplace in Ordinals is going to be huge. Whoever's the like number one wallet in Ordinals is going to be huge. Beyond that, like there's going to be a lot of smaller companies from like different projects. There'll be aggregators, there'll be other tooling, but I think that it's going to be smaller in terms of there'll be fewer but bigger startups in Ordinals compared to DeFi. I think there'll be many small players relatively, or many medium players compared to Ordinals.
Yeah, well, that's great insight. I also think Ordinals and DeFi, these fields are symbiotic in a sense, right? If one does well, the other one will do better, and a virtuous cycle will emerge. But if one or the other is non-existent, then like the one that's existent suffers, right? So
yeah, and I think of it like DeFi attracts liquidity and NFTs and Ordinals attract users. So as a lever, I mean, it's not like
it's like liquidity from both sides, right? Like one is like a bunch of liquidity, a lot of small liquidity from the individual, and then on the DeFi side, you have institutional people with deeper pockets. So the two mix well together, right, to create like a true sustainable Bitcoin economy.
Yeah, users and liquidity are like chicken and the egg. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a chicken and egg. You can't have one without the other. The other thing I'm actually quite excited about is, and I think this will become evident, maybe not at the end of today, but after everyone listens to, watches the show today and sleeps on it for one night, and then tomorrow Saturday, you may find out that the information you got from the Thursday DeFi session and infrastructure session and today's Ordinals and NFT innovations on Bitcoin session, it'll merge in your subconscious mind. And on Saturday and Sunday, you may have some inspiration on the intersection between the two, which is super, super exciting, right? Because in order for these two ideas to work together, there's got to be some connective tissue there, right? We already have some teams exploring that intersection on the frontier, like Liquidium, Robin and Peter and that team, right? And I suspect that, you know, if we had 30 ideas yesterday, we'll roughly have maybe 30 good ideas from after today's session. These 30 and 30, they're going to merge and they're going to create new ideas. So, and which brings me back to emphasize today, tomorrow, and Sunday are the 3 days you can submit your idea in our Discord to qualify for the hackathon. All right. And it's normal for your idea to be in flux right now when you're getting so much information, but it's really important to get it out there. It's okay to change it like in these 3 days, it's fine. But the most important thing is get it out there, be heard in our Discord, so other like-minded people can start talking to you, right? That's the most important thing. Get it mixed up, like start mixing it up with people in the space, right? The people who are going to win are going to have the teams that are going to have the like a diverse with a diverse skill set. Trevor is going to share some secrets on that tomorrow, right? And tomorrow's that's one of the things you're going to share tomorrow, right? That the other really cool thing you're going to share tomorrow, Trevor, is how to turn a hackathon project into something that's investable, right? We're going to have a panel on that tomorrow. So tomorrow, although it's Sunday, or no, sorry, Saturday, is still going to be some pretty cool events. Not as many as today, but definitely very concentrated in terms of good content. All right, Trevor, we have about 5 more minutes before our next speaker, Ken from Xverse, which I believe he went through your program as well, right? Your accelerator program last year.
Yeah, absolutely.
Super.
Yeah, so I would just encourage everybody listening to like go into the Discord. If you're in the Twitter space, you look at the comments. I posted the link to Discord in there, or just sign up to the BTC olympics.devpost.com, and you'll get an invite to the Discord. Jump in there, start chatting, post a Loom video of your pitch. So like record a 30-second, 1-minute like elevator pitch. You don't have to dox yourself or share a camera, but at least like have a video that people can watch. They can hear your voice, and post that in the Discord under the ideas channel, and then like, yeah, find some people to work with and get going. I mean, you know, now is like such a great time to break ground on building on Bitcoin. Like if you can build some expertise around how these tools and technologies are working and evolving, that's going to pay you dividends in the future for your career.
Yeah, and it's not like, you know, the 1 or 2% bank interest dividends. We're talking about like 20, 30, maybe 40% increase per year type of dividend, because we are literally that early in the space. Yeah, whenever a space is still building infrastructure, that's a good time to get in, right? Because once the infrastructure is built and everyone, their moms is trying to get in, then you'll find that you may have missed the mark, right? So yesterday was I remember Manib, he said something really cool about, you know, you don't want to be where the puck is, you want to be focused on where the puck is going, right? So this is definitely ahead of the curve. And again, submitting an idea is like a 30-45-second thing. What's my idea, right? What I'm good at, what kind of teammates I'm looking for, and reach out to me. Let's win this together, right? Let's win this together, right? All right, so we got 3 more minutes, Trevor, until we're going to switch over to our next speaker. Can you give us a little bit let us know about what Xverse is about, because Ken, the CEO and co-founder, is going to come up in about 3 minutes here. Give the audience a teaser.
Yeah, so yeah, I'm an investor in Xverse. I'm an investor in a lot of companies. We have over 50 portfolio companies in the space. We're making more investments in the Ordinals space. So if you crush it during this this hackathon, I'm gonna be watching. Ken is a fantastic leader and CEO and developer, super smart. You know, I think Xverse is a great product he's been working on for a while. He has a great team. They're well capitalized, and yeah, like Xverse is basically it's a web wallet. It's a mobile wallet. It's like MetaMask for Bitcoin in Web3, the future. Supports stacks, supports Ordinals. I think they were the first person to support Ordinals. And it's like one of the go-to wallets for Ordinals. Like, you know, it's like people always ask me like which Ordinals wallet, like Xverse and Hero. There's all these the 2 ones that come up over and over again. And I think Ken is just a fantastic leader, fantastic team. Met so many great people that work with them, and yeah, he's super smart. I think I would take everything. He is soft spoken, so you got to listen carefully, but I would listen to everything that he says and take it with like a lot of like he's gonna be right about almost most things. So,
all right, good. So, you know, I like that. So if he gives us like several ideas, then, you know, the chances of one of them being a good idea is pretty high. Super. Love it. Okay, so let's break for 1 minute. Thank you for coming on, Trevor. And again, guys, tomorrow Trevor is actually going to be doing it's like basically a 2.5-hour session, right? 1 hour on team formation, so you guys get it right, because again, this weekend is about ideas, but then team formation, the cutoff date is Tuesday. You have to submit your team. So tomorrow is very, very timely. watch Trevor's team formation uh, tips and secrets, and then we're going to have an hour and a half of a panel of awesome serial entrepreneurs who became investors and managing partners in their own VC funds. So tomorrow's panel is also going to be very insightful. It's going to, sort of look forward and show you how to turn a hackathon project into something that is investable, perhaps a startup project.